Caitlin Ross, and this is my informative speech. And then these are my 3 audience members. I dropped the camera. Okay. Nobody really wants to listen to someone stand up and lecture and tell them about a subject. So studies have been done to show that hands-on learning is more effective in allowing students to retain information. A study at Purdue University was done to prove this. They took 2 middle school classes that were teaching a science class over water purification. There were 5 classes in each school. They took one school and made it lecture only, and the other school devoted 10% of class time to lecture. Each batch of students was tested before and after, but the students that were in the lecture-only class tested well in their knowledge of the subject. But the students that tested in the project-based learning classroom tested better in their overall knowledge and comprehension of the subject. Not only did they learn more, but they had a physical object that they could look back to see what water purification was. Not only does having a project at the end of a lesson help children always have something to look and to remember what they talked about, they're more apt to listen to you because they want to have a better project. Now that we've talked about why it's important to have projects or interactive things, I'm going to tell you how to make something interactive. You think that this is just a board and that there's just names and they may get points for stuff, for questions, like star review. But I made it interactive by having kids, they'll come up and underneath each one there's a flap and they can fold it up and a note card, or they would write their question for the day based on something that I gave them. So if I went to Madison, let's say here's her flap, and I told her that she needed to make for me a question that dealt with right triangles. She would give me a question that says, find a right triangle. And she would draw the triangles and then label them. Not label them, but she would know what the answer was. And then I'd have other students come up and roll a dice, and they would move, and if they landed on Madison's thing, they would lift up the flap, and then they would read Madison's question, and Madison would know the answer. If they got the answer right, depending on the point value for the day, they would come up here and they would grab a stick. So if it was 10 points, they'd grab the 10-point stick. And let's say that Carson right here, it was her, and she got it right. She would open her thing, and she would put the 10-point stick in there. And we would go through and we'd play throughout the week, and they would see how many points they could get. So if my 5 stick was here with Madison, and my 1 stick was here with Kara, obviously that week Carson would have won, because she had the most out of all of those. Now, you would have the entire board filled out, but for purposes we only use 3 sticks. This is a way for students to review and to also have fun, because they can make their own questions and they know the answers, and then they can help their friends. So it's a fun way for them to remember the basics of the things that you taught them, and it's not boring, and so they get to have a lot of fun. So that's how you make something interactive, like a review game, and the importance of it.